Hi, this is Tracie Mars with Remax Equity Group, and I got a little bit of time before a home inspection, so I wanted to talk about a couple questions that I've had a couple people ask me lately, and I've forwarded them the written blog that's on learningtobuyahome.com, but I thought I'd do a quick video of it too, and because I haven't done one in a little bit. So let's talk first. It's going to be a two-parter. So the first one we're going to talk about is seller's agent, buyer's agent, and dual agency, and is there a difference? Yes, there is. And do you have to sign something? Yes and no. So let's talk about that first, and then I will do another one where I'm going to talk about questions you might want to ask a realtor before you hire them. So let's talk about seller's agents, buyer's agents, and dual agents. The seller's agents work for the sellers. The buyer's agents work for the buyers. And the dual agents, well, let's talk about seller's agents first, and then we'll get there. Okay. So the seller's agents work for the sellers. Makes sense, right? The seller hires a realtor to help them market their home, to help them go over, comps and comparables and help them price the home, market the home, help them to get a buyer on the home. One thing that a seller's realtor is also going to do is help the seller go over offers. If there's multiple offers, put it together so they can see the comparables of both. If there's just one offer, help them negotiate the best, negotiation and, contract for the seller. In short, the seller's agent works for the seller. It makes sense, right? Now, there's a lot more to selling a home than just sticking a sign in the yard. Now, honestly, some homes you put a sign in the yard and you get offers right away, but you still have to price it. You still have to market it. You still have to do those things to encourage buyers to come to it. And then, of course, there is, when you go over the offers and, if there's multiple offers, like many homes have, some homes are priced low enough that they're going to get a ton of offers because they are priced lower than what they should be. But when you're looking at multiple offers and they call for highest and best, remember that sometimes it is the highest price that wins. And a lot of times it's not. It's not just about who can offer the most. It's also about the offer itself. Sometimes a stronger loan can win the day. Sometimes the person who gives most rent back can win the day. Sometimes the person who's, not asking for as many contingencies can win the day. It's not always about price. There's a lot more to an offer than just price. You can have someone offer, the highest amount possible and it's not going to appraise. Whereas someone offers a little bit less but says, hey, if it doesn't appraise, we're willing to do this. I mean, that might be the best offer. But that's one thing the seller's realtor does, is sit down with the seller and go over all the pros and cons to help the seller negotiate the best contract they can for the seller. The seller's agent works for the seller. All right. So the buyer's agent, of course, works for the buyer. The buyer's agent's job is to, I would normally say help the buyer get the best deal possible on a home, but that's not always just the case right now because the market is so crazy. The buyer's agent's job is we're really trying to write the strongest offer we can so that our offer is the one that gets accepted, so that your offer is the one that gets chosen. Okay. And again, there's a lot more to writing an offer than just price. An offer is, 14 to 17, 18 pages nowadays. So going through all those 14 to 18 pages and trying to put together the strongest offer we can for the seller that hopefully the seller would choose, that's one thing the buyer's agent's going to help you with. The buyer's agent works for the buyer. Okay. The buyer's agent represents the buyer, helps them through the home inspection process. What items on the inspection are the most important things to you that you really want the seller to fix for the health and safety of the home or the family? The buyer's agent is going to help you with the appraisal and going through that and making sure that, everything is going forward smoothly. The buyer's agent works with the buyer's lender. We want to make sure that everything's getting done in a timely fashion. If there's something comes up that you don't understand, that we can help you with that. Now, of course, one thing the seller's realtor is going to do is once the buyer's realtor turns in the inspection response, the seller's realtor is going to help the sellers negotiate that and say, okay, are these items that need to be fixed for any buyer? Are these safety issues? Who are we going to call? What do you want to do? Go through the possible cost of that. The seller's realtor is helping the seller negotiate and go through and, the inspection repairs requested by the buyers and the buyer's realtor. So now we know the seller works for the sellers. The buyers work for the buyers, right? Buyer's agent works for the buyer. Seller's agent works for the sellers. So what's that dual agent? I have been married for a very long time. If I was to get divorced, I would contact one of my clients who's a great lawyer, and he would help me, with the divorce. Now, would my husband, or soon to be ex-husband, not really, just saying what if, would he contact my attorney to help him too with the lawsuit or the divorce? So a lawyer helping the plaintiff and the defendant? Probably not, right? I mean, I don't know if anyone's watched any, law shows, but that's not something that's supposed to happen. Now, in real estate, this is called dual agency, okay? And dual agency is not illegal in the state of Washington. It's just something that's kind of a gray area. It's not something I do. If the seller's agent works for the seller, the buyer's agent works for the buyer, everybody has their own representation. But if you're driving around town, you see the cutest little house alongside the road, and you call the agent whose name's on the sign, that agent or team works for the seller. Will they show you that home? They can. Can they write up your offer? They can. But who do they work for? Again, they work for the seller. So who are they really representing? Remember, the seller's realtor works for the seller to the best of their ability. The buyer's realtor works for the buyer to the best of their ability. But a dual agent, who are they really representing? It's kind of like if you're getting a divorce and you hire an attorney, or your spouse hires an attorney and you want to use the same attorney. Probably wouldn't do it. So why would you do it when you're buying a home? Now, a builder, the agent who sits at a builder home, is a dual agent. They work for the builder. Their job is to protect the builder's best interest. Always have your own realtor. A team is a dual agent. Even if you call and say, no, I'm the listing agent, but hold on, I've got buyer's agents on my team who can help you. It's still a team. It's still a dual agent. Now, the opposite side of that is I actually have a client who is buying a home, and the seller's agent works for RE/MAX. I work for RE/MAX. Are we a dual agent? No, we're not. Because the seller's agent, has their own entity within RE/MAX, and I have my own entity within RE/MAX. I'm Tracie DeMars Real Estate LLC under the umbrella of RE/MAX, and they are, their company who works under the umbrella of RE/MAX. We each have our own separate companies. We have no idea what the other one's doing. We're separate entities and separate tax structures under the larger umbrella. So something totally different. And again, we're going to talk a little bit more about this when we talk about 8 questions to ask a realtor. But in a nutshell, that's it. Now, the last thing I said is, do you have to, sign something to hire a realtor? When you are listing your home, there is a contract involved for a certain length of time that gives that realtor the legal ability and responsibility to market your home and to help you, the seller, find a buyer and help you negotiate the contract, the purchase sale agreement, the inspections, going through appraisals. Do they come in high? Do they come in low? What happens then? And to help you get to that end goal, which again is, transfer of keys. Now, if you were selling your home and your home is too small and you want a new bigger one, or your home is too big, the kids moved out, and you want a smaller one, your seller's realtor is probably going to also be helping you buy your new home. That is not a dual agency. That is still one client, one agent relationship. You're selling a home with your agent, and now you're buying a home with that same agent. Okay. Now, when you're selling a home, there is a commission involved. Okay. That's the one thing about selling a home. You're paying your agent a commission, because we're all strictly commissioned to help you sell that home. But when you buy your next home, your agent's free. The seller does not pay the buyer's realtor. The seller's realtor splits their commission with the buyer's realtor. That's how this works. That's why when you're buying your next home, your agent should be talking to you about buyer's commissions, because that's already in the RMLS as a buyer agent commission, which is BAC. The seller pays their seller's agent a commission. Your seller's agent, not only are we helping you with marketing and professional photographers and signage and flyers, we're also paying for the buyer's realtor. We're splitting our commission with them. So that kind of is how that works in a nutshell. Now, when you're buying a home, do you need to sign a contract with a buyer's agent? Again, yes and no. There are agents out there who have a buyer agency commission, and they won't work with you unless you sign it. And then there's agents who don't make you sign it. I don't use a buyer's agency commission or buyer's agency agreement. My philosophy is, if I'm doing a good job and I'm providing good customer service, you're going to continue working with me. When you're selling a home, there is a contract, because I need that ability and responsibility to do the marketing and to help with that. So there is that legal contract when you're selling. But when you're buying, you do not have to sign a buyer's agency agreement if you don't want to. Understand what you're talking about. I'll do another video talking about the buyer's agency agreement. But not right now because my clients are almost here. If you have questions, always feel free to call me. Seller's agent works with the seller. Buyer's agent works for the buyer. A dual agent is somebody who is working for both sides. They're trying to work for the seller and the buyer on the same home. Okay? Not two different homes and one client. Same home, two different people, and they're trying to do both. Kind of hard to serve two masters. Star Wars proved that out, huh? So anyways, give me a call if you got any questions, 360-903-3504, or you can go to learningtobuyahome.com for more information and on classes on buying a home, selling a home, or you can reach me through there. Have a great day, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.